Welcome to Albion TV's live coverage of the 20v20 Crystal League. Join us for season-long coverage featuring the top 20v20 teams of Albion Online. Today is the 26th of March, 2022. I am your host, the Shozen One, and I am joined today by Robinhoodrs on the play-by-play and Bogul on the camera. Guys, we are going to be watching the same teams that we've been watching all season go at it in a level 4 here today. It has gone back and forth between these two teams. Who do you want to watch today, Robin? Which perspective would you like? Would you like the Elitan or the Zayo perspective?
I guess we can go Zao. We watched Elitan last time, right?
As
I
they were victorious as well.
Yep. Yep. All right, so we'll go with it. Do we have their tank list?
Aramis Irons, Zayo, and I thought it was Lutha, but Lutha doesn't seem to be going with them.
Alrighty, and it looks like we're about to go in straight into our level 4s. And after the level 4s, we do have the level 5s as well this evening. And we do have the 5v5s later on as well after that. So jam-packed action here on AOTV as we dive into the first set of 20 versus 20s, and I go on my world tour.
Right, well, I am ready to go in. I am on Zayo. I'm going to have Aramis Iron queued up.
Alrighty. And he is rocking the Ironclad today. We've seen some of these guys switch up their builds. I mean, last 20 versus 20, we've seen the what was it? The Carrion Core come out instead of the Pole Hammer on the opposing team. It looks like Zeos is having a 2v2 battle. It's a matchup of the same builds in the center. So we guess we can switch our main POV to Aramis Irons.
Aramis is over here on the eastern flank. He is attacking, and like you said, we're seeing the Carrion Caller once again. And he is what I would consider a tank generally, but he has moved to a Carrion Caller tank perspective.
Yeah. Good trades coming in. Big British Burmy goes down, but so did Relica as well. But look at this, the blue team getting pushed back here. Dungeon Realm's getting swapped. He swaps back as well. Curse Skulls bleeding away here, but he's going to be able to shield himself. Aramis Irons could be in trouble. Nerd goes down as well. It's not looking good for the blue team right off the rip, and it looks like that southeast cap will be going in favor. So it's a 2-2 split here for caps for the time being. Center cap still hasn't been taken by either team.
Zayo is on that center cap right now, fighting versus IN Gage and Aurelia with well, he's fighting with Aurelia against IN Gage and Barcode. They're talking if they want to have a picnic, I believe, is what's going on in Say Chat.
Yep, so if
and
that
now they've stopped
cap
attacking each other.
Does not go, no points will be taken off either team, so it has to be a free cap advantage for a team for the points to be withdrawn from the opposing team. Aramis Irons, though, and the boys getting wrecked down in the southeast corner. It's going to be a double kill. Nick BR10 and Hey Apple down. Nerd nearly goes down again. The red team pushing all the way in here. Nerd gets executed. Graph putting some blood on that blood ladder. And it looks like the blue team pushed all the way back to 10 here.
Yeah, I just want to give another update on what's going on in the center as these two teams of two are still fighting. Barcode did offer to sit here and have a picnic until somebody showed up. Zayo said, no, I'm going to kill Keeper of Nature. He hasn't done any damage to him yet, as he is an Ironclad versus another Ironclad and a Nature Healer. So there's no damage to be done here.
Yep,
it's just a Diddy dance.
It's literally a mirror matchup. The same exact builds. Everyone's in the center cap. It's a troll fest at the moment. Until one of these sides get broken by the blue team.
Well, one got broken over there by the red team right now. Red has the western cap now. They have a 3 to 1 advantage here. That's going to be points.
It is indeed. Unless the blue team can break a choke point and push in here. They got less than a minute now to do so. And it looks like Aramis Irons is pushing down onto the southeast cap. Ruined Experience nearly gets executed there by Mosif. Ooh, so low on this cap, but great heals coming out from King of Brazil 5. The push continues. Red team getting pushed off the cap point now. King of Brazil 1 looking very low in the back. Double swap comes in here. Red team looking for a turn on the choke point. King of Brazil could go down, but surely someone's looking at that cap, and they are.
Yeah, there it goes. It finally does fall. It's once again even here, so this could be a nice long 20v20 match, and it's still that same nonsense in the center.
Yep, and good pressure is getting applied here finally from the blue team. They could find King of Brazil. They do. Nice push. Armor's Iron's going all the way up the staircase here, but his team is not following. They could find Ruined Experience. They do! Nice play there from MindNerd. Very nicely done. There goes the ever rotation for the timer. It's going back up to 120 seconds now, so we're going to have to wait. See if that middle cap goes to anybody here, Shozen.
This could be a very long match, as we have seen this center cap have only one time have I seen in the time that I have this on my second screen more than these two in the center. It was 3 guys passing through from each team. They saw that it was an even fight and they backed out.
Yep. It's quite interesting, the playstyle happening over here. Armor's Iron's making his way. Yeah, I thought he was going to go say hello to center cap, but no, he's coming back to the eastern choke point.
Nick BR10 did come to the center cap and has made this a 2v3 with a curse. And as soon as I say that, he backs away. That could have been enough to maybe put some pressure on. But now Nergigante from the red team is going to try to come in. And I think he's just going to get killed for this.
Yep. Zerfax did get melted on the east, so that's why the guy from the curse player had to fall back, because they lost their DPS on the eastern side. And the red team is starting to push down here. Nura goes down on the rear end. Mosif looking very low. Graf's on his tail looking for the execute. The shield protection bubble's out. It looks like the red team could get some multiple kills, but Armor's Irons isn't giving up that choke point yet. He's pushing this group back. Pops his resist pot, bullying the back line, and it looks like the blue team is going to be able to turn here towards the northeast choke.
Yeah, this is just... Robin, this is a slugfest. Like, they're just going back and forth here, but nobody's making any headway, really. This is just... Oh, Mosef died. Never mind. Oh boy, he got blown up in that choke.
Yeah,
Robin,
a lot of anti-heals coming out on the choke point.
I expected more rotations when, like, the last time we watched these two fight. The way this fight went was that there was another entire group that was out there ratting caps and keeping everybody rotating. So we didn't get these two stagnant fights on the staircases like we're seeing now.
Yeah, it's definitely a mix-up from what we saw last week, like you said, with the rat situation. Still, we're 6 minutes plus into this match now. Center cap has not fallen. This is probably the longest I've ever seen a 20 versus 20 go on without the center cap being taken by either team. And look at this, Armor's Irons looking to bully this choke point. Red team not giving up. Big armor pierce coming out, force down the Judy. Not a lot of people inside of it, but Armor's Iron's going to be able to stabilize here. The push continues. It looks like it's a massacre on that northwest side as a triple kill is happening over on the northwest. Armor's Iron's just keeping these guys locked in place, making sure they don't lose control of this eastern side. And it is a slugfest happening over on the west. Yeah,
on the western side, 3 members of the blue team did go down. They have been able to push the red team back by getting a number of them low as they went a little deep. As you know, if you go down the stairs, you're going to find yourself in trouble. But red team does fall back, and they just take the kills to their advantage.
Yep, and it looks like it's going to be a stalemate over on the eastern side. Bogul, do you want to put the center cap up on screen real quick?
Oh, you missed it. They were all dancing. They were having that picnic that that Barcode suggested earlier. They were just dancing around the center cap until Rotten Prince of Death came and ruined the fun.
Yeah, they were all just standing around doing the clapping mode.
Now it's over. People are going for the cap, guys. It's getting dangerous. It's total betrayal.
Well, it looks like the red team is well pushing out on this eastern side, trying to find something here. Emerson's trying to keep them locked in place, trying to find something. Light staff getting used here by King of Brazil 5. Judy already placed down on the rear as well. Big British Brimmy a little bit out of place maybe. For now, we'll have to wait and see. Big pressure getting applied. Big anti-heals coming out. One-shotted, hanging on for dear life. He's going to go down. Emer's Irons could be next on the chopping block. Graf, I don't see him though. They're going to be okay. Graf is the finisher for the red team. But look at this big British Burmy and Hey Apple down in the southeast side. Graf looking for the execute. Big pressure getting applied. My Nerd goes down. Armor's Irons could go down along with a double kill onto Nara. Judicator's down. Back to 10. Nara holding on for dear life. Healing herself.
Nara's gonna go down.
Dead. And Armor's Irons double kill.
Wow, there was 3 kills in quick succession for the red team. They are winning this now from just those 3 points that were in play, the west, the east, and the north. And it looks like center is going as well, as more people have shown up. King of Brazil 1 is here, trying to make this happen. And I Engage is telling him to leave. He's like, you're not supposed to be here. Leave, Lazo. We're supposed to be dancing for center.
Yep, and we do have FS Petite Phils on the northwest side. So it's a bit of a switcheroo here. Triple cap finally going in for the red team if they can hold on to it for the next 40 seconds. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be the first cap rotation.
No, this is the second cap rotation. This happened earlier. Yeah, they got the first cap rotation. That's why they have such a significant advantage in points right now.
You are right there, sir. But it looks like FS Petite Phils is breaking off on that northwest side. Going to find Pretty Princess B. Can they keep applying the pressure? Kippy is very low in the rear end, though. Judicator's down for the front line. Kippy goes down, so the trade does come in. Nerd getting stunned into high heavens by FS Petite Phils. But it looks like the red team's going to be able to stabilize. The blue team getting pushed back down the choke point here. Heals are coming out. LCR about to go down as well. Literally 1 HP right on his tail. He goes down with 0 heals, unfortunately. Blue team getting pushed all the way back to 10 on the northwest side. Deos still hasn't found center cap.
No, he's still dancing for center. Like, I think there might be an agreement. Nobody takes center. We're going to fight for everything. Zayo has left the center.
And
now he's coming back.
Finally coming
Are they
back
going to
on
let
the
center?
eastern
Are they going to
side.
let center go? They let
gone.
Zayo. What were you doing, Zayo? That's on you, man.
Maybe they felt bad because... actually, no. I was going to say... I mean, it's 15 kills to 45 deaths at the moment. If we should bring that up. The blue team is getting farmed.
So the blue team, the Elevate team, the team we honestly consider the best 20v20 team in the game, has been for a very long time, is currently losing pretty significantly to this red team, who they've been fighting against now for 3 seasons.
Yep, I mean, all it takes is a little bit of a meta shift, and you know sometimes people don't adapt to it as quickly. And the blue team here, Emmer's Irons, though, Graf gets executed by Mosif. Bloodletter on Bloodletter right there. This could be a good opening here on the eastern side. King of Brazil 1 still down in the choke point. Big permafrost connecting onto Armor's Irons here. The anti-heals as well coming out as the Phoenix there rising from the ashes on the floor. That's going to put out some anti-heal. They're still not shifting towards that center cap, though.
They are losing people on the center cap. There's quite a fight on center cap, and they're losing more blue players on center cap. If you look to the west of center, at least 2 players did go down there, and it has been completely overrun by the red. Red now has a significant control force in center and on the western flank. This gives them cap control going forward.
Yep, and it's now 55 to 160 in favor of the red team here. Armor's Irons finds King of Brazil 1 on the eastern side, but the center group is pushing back into them on the east. You know, not a lot of help coming in their way for center cap. It seems like it's literally just been left to their own devices for this blue team. Center cap, like, no rotation at all, going pretty much towards there this whole entire fight.
The most I've seen is 2 members of blue join the 2 members who were already there for a 4-4 fight that quickly turned around back to a 2-2 fight. I saw a 3-2 fight, but it was basically said, go away. Like, we don't want you here. And then that person left, and now it's Red's control.
Yep, Armor's Irons going deep here on the east. King of Brazil 2 going to go down on the eastern side. It was a good push. It looks like we're going to have a full brawl now as center is collapsing onto the eastern block. I don't know. the blue team is keeping this eastern group back up the staircase while just chaos ensues to the west.
It doesn't matter if they can hold them on the staircase if they can't get, like, the center cap. Like, they need to find a way to make space. And if you're holding them on the staircase with the majority of your team, you're not freeing anybody up to get those other caps. And I liked what was happening last week with the rat rotation play, like the let me put pressure onto your caps play to cause rotations. I don't want to really call it ratting because it was all over the map with just the intent of putting pressure on movement, making the other team move and not stay in one location. And that was a very good fight. But right now, with a stagnant stay here in one location, I don't know, Robin. I feel like it's not working for the blue team.
Definitely not, and it's going to be final rotation here. 23 points remaining with 100 seconds left on the clock. Maybe a big change-up happening for the level 5s. When I mean, a lot to review here for the blue team. They finally picked up some kills towards the end here. Picked up actually 9 kills just on the last set of rotation. I don't know if they're going to find some more, but they're edging into being 60 deaths in this level 4.
Currently 56 to 23. That's more than double the score for the red team here. Well done from them today. Very impressive. Both of these teams are very good. They are a step above everybody else in the 20v20s right now, and they do trade fights back and forth. So I feel like you're right. This change in the meta shift here to just the way that people are playing, I don't know what was going on in center, Robin. That doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe they were trying to give us content by making a nice long match. We did go over the 15-minute mark. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. I'm glad. But yeah, 40 seconds remaining, and then the point rotation comes in. It's going to leave the blue team with just 3 points left on the scoreboard. Armor's Irons and the boys aren't giving up yet, though. There comes the Phoenix once again. A lot of anti-heal coming out, but red team nowhere near death at the moment, and they're already applying pressure onto the backlines here. Relica, King of Brazil 2 edging down. There comes the anti-heal from the red team. A little bit of a misplacement there as it didn't hit anyone. Fortunately, the Phoenix there not connecting. The gloves come in. Big pressure getting applied. Relica's still very low at the moment. Here comes the point rotation. And it's 1 point left. We have 1 point left. But they're racking up kills. They're still racking up kills.
They are. Was this the plan all along?
No. There's your answer. No. Wow, what a bloodbath, dude. 28 to 58. Red team just going to town on those guys. Dude. Rot, look at the red team. Rot had 23 kills to his name.
Dude.
23. Grav coming in with 13. What an animal, dude. What an animal.
What's the top on the blue team?
I believe. Yeah.
I saw 7?
Yeah,
7?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Interesting as well. They were actually playing off a tower.
Yeah. Didn't help.
No. On Armor's Irons right off the rip. Let's see how it plays out. And see if we get a repeat again. Here we go. Looks like it's, from what I can see, it's the same as before. A late dismount here from Armor's Irons. Allowing the red team apply a little bit more pressure at the moment, but Graf going to be the main focus right off the rip. A lot of anti-heals coming down already. There comes the Head of Tenacities as well. Those purple swirls going to be a lot of anti-healing. And look at this. Relica just getting pinned down. And first kill goes to my nerd. And now the red team is starting to get pushed back up the staircase. And it looks like Graf could go down on the corner of our screen. He does. That's going to be a big opening here for the blue team.
Yeah, early on, they're getting a little bit of space. They need this. They want to come back after what just happened.
Indeed. Oh, that was a good glove engagement. King of Brazil Both King of Brazil's looking like they're in a spot of trouble. King of Brazil, one could go down. King of Brazil, 1 HP, bleeding out. He gets the shield from the Arcane. Nicely done, but Ruined Experience just got ruined. And the red team's pushed up the staircase. Southeast cap goes, center cap's flicking, northwest cap's going in favor of the blue team as well, because on our other monitor, FS Petit Phil's pushing the red team back all the way on the northwest side as well, back up the staircase. Could be a 4-cap rotation as Aramis Irons is making his way towards center cap as well.
Yeah, it's I'm watching what's happening in center cap right now. It's not quite the same 2-player Diddy dance that we saw before, as both teams have brought in a little bit more forces. Red looks to be trying to overwhelm this position, though, with 5 players on 3. They're going for the kill. Is that a... Yeah, it's still 5. There's a 6th player off the top to the west, but I don't think that's going to matter. And I think that blue team's going to be able to stabilize and hold this. They're going to save Nergigante. Don't worry about that. Like, he'll get off himself. Just interrupt the cat.
Looks like Aramis Irons has fell back. First point rotation coming in favor of the blue team this time round, as they were holding on to 3 caps to 1 for the red team. Center cap still contested heavily. Aramis Irons on the eastern side. FS Petit Phil's both sides in heavy action at the moment. As Aramis Irons pushing back the red team. They're going to carry on advancing. Graf gets armor pierced as he makes his way back up the choke point. No anti-heal coming out on top of that, though. But a lot of pressure is getting applied. Blue team looking to maybe send it. Blight Staff's been used. That should be called out. Nice play onto King of Brazil 1. He gets executed. Big permafrost in return. But Rot's on the prowl. We know what happened with Rot last time.
He went wild there, Robin. He got a lot of kills. He was the MVP of the last round, you could say.
Indeed, and look at that. Dungeon Realms falls for the blue team. Blue team now, it's all switching sides as Hey Apple goes down. Rot just cleaning up the backline as Nick BR10's about to be next on the chopping block. Look at Rot. There he goes. Gets the execute. And blue team, on a blink of an eye, just crumbles into dust as the red team keep advancing down here. Graf and Rot still in play. Big British Brimmy goes down as well. It's a massacre down here, and the southeast cap is flicking back in favor into the red team's hands.
Well, blue team has significant control over on the western side, over by the tower. They will be able to hold that. They won't lose that one. They did lose the east. The center cap is still the same exact thing that we've seen before. Now Rot seems to be running back and forth between the 2 sides, trying to pick off players. But he's not stopping in the middle for any kind of party. He's just driving on by.
Yep, and there we go. Blue team's starting to push. They found their opening here on Aramis Irons on the southeast side. Big pressure coming out. Ruined Experience drops here. Aramis Irons keeping up the pressure. Blight Staff getting used here by King of Brazil 5 for the red team, allowing the opening come up. The choke point's been given up. Can they apply enough CC here to stop the push? King of Brazil gets a glove to the face. Defensive Judicator down forward. Hills coming out. Good pressure getting applied. Red team very low still, but blue team not going to overextend their welcome because they just secured the southeast cap.
Yeah, they now have south, they have west, and they have a good fight going on at center to just keep that free of holding. If they can hold this, Robin, they will get a rotation. This will be their 2nd rotation in their favor here. They're winning this one so far. 190 to 142.
Yep, and I'm just looking at FS Petit Phil's. They pick off a member of the red team, just keeping them locked in place on that northwest side. Aramis Irons, on the other hand, doing the same thing. This is a triple kill on the eastern side. This has been a turnaround here for the blue team compared to what we saw last time.
Yeah, they're doing much better. They're just keeping themselves alive in much better situations. I noticed that if you look on the western side, they're playing it much differently than they did last time. Last time we saw them trying to hold that staircase. Instead, this time they seem to be willing to hold just the point and use the staircase as the staircase up to the western cap as a staging point rather than the lower area where you're fighting up the staircase. I think this is a much better strategy for them.
Yeah, indeed. And FS Petit Phil's have got pushed back. They're on the northwest cap now. Red team playing super aggressive. AFK about to go down, but look at that. Switcheroo comes around. Imaging goes down. Trade comes in, though. It's a bloodbath happening on the northwest side. FS Petit Phil's keeping those boys stunned in place. Can they find another pick here? Bannister very close to dying. He gets executed. Very nicely done. Prince of Death drops as the pins start to fall here. I believe the healer's about to go down as well. Vitaly, 1 HP, gets executed. Elitin, very low HP as well. But look at this. The remaining 2 members for the red team at the rear getting melted. This could be a triple kill here. Double kill comes out. Can they find another opening here onto Rot? It looks like they are. It could be a quadra kill. It is indeed. Pentakill? Pretty Princess B. You're going down. Wow.
It's a push. These guys on red, when they start to push, they make a significant push. I'm wondering how much they can pull away and get some points here. They need to hurry up and get another cap. And I would say that's the point right there. Right there, Robin, is where instead of pushing down this staircase, instead of holding this staircase, you send 4 people to center. Like, this is the time to send people to center. Interestingly enough, that's what Blue did. When Blue lost that cap on the east, they sent 4 people to center.
Yep, and it looks like they're going to back off, though. It looks like...
Yeah, they backed off very quickly because there was a lot of pressure on Western cap.
Yeah. So, you know, they saw an opening. They took it, but they just didn't have enough time. They didn't have enough pressure there in terms of DPS to secure it. FS Petite Phil's back up on that northwest side once again. And it looks like the red team are coming in hard, thick and fast here. A lot of anti-heals coming down on that choke point. Pretty Princess B raining down those ice shards as well onto the blue team. Just constant DPS. FS Petite Phil's looking for an interrupt. Good plays coming in. Lannister nearly goes down. Gets his Cleric Rogue prop just in time because that Bloodletter was looking for an execute. And it looks like the boys will be holding on to this northwest side. But, oh, the rat! There was a rat cap. The red team taking the home cap of the blue team. Southeast cap goes to the blue team as well. So no points getting traded on a rotation. We're 8 minutes in, and there was a no-point rotation.
That was a really good play by Blue there. They needed that in order to just make sure that they didn't bleed more points. Red team trying to come back into this one, but blue team shutting it down. They're doing a very good job of seeing where the mistakes were made last time. Now they once again have cap advantage. If they can hit this again, this will be, I think this is their 4th rotation in their favor if they can take this one.
I think so. This has been really, really interesting how they just able to flick a switch. I don't know what they changed up this time round, but compared to the level 4 that they just played, this blue team has just been doing crazy work. I mean, it's 32-11. And think about this time last match, it was literally the opposite way around. They were 32 deaths in and 11 kills on the leaderboard. So definitely things getting switched up this time around. And FS Petite Phil's looking for another opening. A lot of pressure getting applied to the coffees on the rear end on this northwest side. Southeast side as well. Chaos is ensuing all over the place. FS Petite Phil's not overextending. Going to be falling back, so switch over to Aramis Irons because
I want to switch us up to center here as well. We do have an actual fight in center. It does seem like players actually had made an attempt to come in, and we saw a very good fight for center, but it's back to 2v2.
Yep, Aramis Irons on this eastern side. Red losing members left, right, and center. They're not overextending their play style here, though, but Radical looking very low on up the choke point. Nice purge coming out onto the coffees on the rear. And Aramis Irons applying the pressure. Can't really find much, but it's going to be a point rotation. Another 20 points off the red team.
Yeah, it's very good here for the blue team, just holding this and keeping it in their favor, like I said, after that last domination by the red team here. And still, that's center cap, Robin.
It still hasn't gone.
No, it's still 2v2. Not even the best attempt that we saw was that last rotation when it looked like a full team of 5 came in from red to push blue off, but no significant push as the western cap started to fall. And like we said before, if you can pull them over, you can change the direction of the battle.
Indeed, and both sides, both caps, the northwest side and the southeast side, big battles happening. No clear winner as of yet. Aramis Irons holding his ground here up on the top platform. Rune Experience could go down here. There goes the anti-heals with the cultist candles onto him. but nothing really coming out in terms of DPS. Mosif, though, looking for the execute with the Bloodletter, but he's not going to find it. The Blight Staff was down. Nothing coming out. That center cap's still trying to go, but it's not going anywhere.
No, it's again the same situation. I am bouncing back and forth from the east to west between Aramis and FS Petit Fils. If you come over to the western side, Robin, you will see that there's a nasty brawl with lots of people dying from red team. It is very interesting because there's just an overwhelming force of red, but they're still dying. They're pushing out blue, but they're dying.
It looks like it was a switch around there because it was going to be a was that a double?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, not blue
Reds?
overwhelmed it. I didn't get to see the backside of that. Absolutely huge forces, like the rotation, like we said. If you can make the other team move, you can create an opening.
And what an opening this is, as it's a pentakill for the blue team on the western side. It could be even more than that because the pressure's still coming in. There comes a double stun. There goes one. C probably going to make it out alive. FS Petit Fils knows not to overextend, and here comes the point rotation. 26 points left on the scoreboard for the red team. I got a feeling we're not going to see it come back.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not at this point. I think we have to give some credit to the blue team for coming back after a pretty significant loss in the first match.
Indeed, and I mean, there was still heavy fighting on this eastern side. Armor's Irons and the boys slowly getting pushed back. They're slowly losing the ground that they just gained over here. I don't know if they're looking for a turn and burn. Nick BR10 coming in from the rear as well for the blue team. This could shake it up just a little bit. Red are overextending all over the place on the southeast side. They got people everywhere.
Yeah, they're trying very hard to make a play, and when you try to make a play, that's when you overextend. That's when the guys in your back line get drawn out. As you see here, if you look in the backside with Nergigante and Pratom and Forever Young, these guys are all incredibly low at this point because they tried to push through in order to get that cap, and they weren't able to make the play.
Yep, and even the guys from the center cap came in. Nerg just goes down. He gets executed. Armor's Iron's forced to use a res pot here as he comes back from an overextension. Armor Pierce comes out as well. Dungeon Realms is there with the shield. He's going to be fine. And it's back to chaos on this southeast cap. Big British Burmese goes down, and so does Nara. This could lead to an opening for the red team.
Well, over on the western side, it's a complete domination by blue team, pushing him all the way back up to the north towards home cap. Let's see what's going on the other side. Do they have any space down there, Robin?
They did, but not anymore. Rot just went down. Blue team's now pushing up all the remaining players here. Blightstaff and some DPS still in play. It's a flip around. It's, you know, one person's going. Dungeon Realms just dropped for the blue team, for example. But here comes the point rotation. It's going to be GG.
Yeah, good job by the blue team here. Congratulations on the victory. It sounds like center cap, they're going to be challenging each other to see who had more healing on center and determine the true victor of this match.
Indeed. I mean, looking at the kills and deaths, 49-25 was the kill to death for the blue team.
Absolute flip. That's just a complete and total flip of what we saw last match. I'm really glad that we have such even teams fighting in these 20s.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Rot only got 6 kills that match. And he was in the 20s last match.
Yeah. Arthora got 12.
Yeah, and Mosif got 10. So the Bloodletter, the double Bloodletter play, just hunting down those kills. So it seems to be working how they're splitting east and west. Insane matchup. Insane.
Very good. Very good content right there. I do love seeing it when it goes like this. I don't like seeing a complete stomp in one direction followed by another complete stomp in the same direction. That is never fun. But this back and forth swapping, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, the center's a little weird, especially if you just sit there and read Say Chat for a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, they're competing for who can be the snarkiest. But it was good to see. Congratulations to both these teams. I hope that in the future we have more than just these two fantastic teams to bring you. We have heard of a number of other teams in the lower tiers competing. There's a bunch of talk about the Conflict team. So
interesting.
That's interesting, seeing Conflict do anything. I would like to see them get to the top levels here, but I think they're a ways out yet.
Yeah, I think so as well. And just to hop onto chat here real quick. We have a guy asking how we can get started in the Crystal League. Um, you can hop into this Discord if you're interested in 20 versus 20s. Um, jump into that Discord. They run them. It's a poke team, so they just pick up whoever and they get them going. I believe they do level ones. They even do some full loot matches as well. So do get involved if you're looking to find yourself a Crystal team.
Is that the Crystal League hub?
It is the 20 versus 20 Crystal League Mumble.
Oh, okay. If they're looking to join regular Crystal League, I will give them the Crystal League hub, which is for your standard 5v5 and 20v20s. It's pretty active. I'm going to give you guys that link as well.
Yep. The more people getting involved in the Crystal League, the better. Some big rewards up for grabs as well, especially towards the end game Crystal League matches. It got buffed this season.
It did.
Those
The rewards are much
juicy.
better. Yeah.
Yep.
The silver rewards, the fame rewards on the lower ends have been nearly tripled. It's much more effective than ever to play in the low tiers. And right now, I feel like the only thing holding back the Crystal League from being really dynamic content is the timers. And it needs to be more regular for those people who only want a 5v5. As you see, there are groups who just want a Crystal League. That's what they want to do. So they come on, they Crystal League, then there's nothing to do for 2.5 hours. So they bounce out, and then come back, and they do that 3 times a day when you could instead maybe do a 4-hour shift of Crystal Leagues. And,
All in. Just all in.
Just roll.
If that's the content you want to play, you should be able to play it whenever you want.
Right. That's my feelings on this, and I hope to see changes to the Crystal League coming sometime this year. I would say if you have thoughts on the Crystal League, if there's anything particular you want to see out of the Crystal League, head over to the suggestions forums. The developers are always checking it out. They want to improve the Crystal League 5v5 and 20v20s for you, but they're going to need your input. Like, they need to know what you guys want.
Sure.
Otherwise, they're relying on us, and what do we know?
Yeah, exactly. We're just casters. We don't know anything, right?
Yeah, we have no idea why it's 2 people in the center. Like, what the hell is that about?
Who does this?
Why?
But yeah, I think that's it from the 20 versus 20s for tonight. We do have the 5v5 Crystal League about to kick off just in about 10 minutes time. Lupac will be taking my spot because I have no idea what happens in 5v5 Crystal League.
Let me tell you?
They
fight over the center spot.
Do they?
They fight in the center away from all the points.
Maybe the meta's changed. Maybe they just fight outside of the tent now, like tucked away in the corner. I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But we do have the level 4, 5, and 6s coming up. Raffles will be pulled throughout that show as well. So if you're looking to win some more gold codes, exclamation point raffle in the chat for your chance to win. And that will be kicking off in about 5 to 10 minutes time. But until then, you can also check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Albion TV, where you can find all the 5v5 20 versus 20 Crystal League coverage, along with all the war reports and Invasion Day battles. We've got the daily shows and interviews, but if you're looking to listen to the interviews, maybe in a different format, say MP3 on the way to work, on the way home from work, on the way to school, who knows? Shozen, where can they find that too?
They can find the interviews over on soundcloud.com/Albion TV, or any place they listen to podcasts by simply typing in Albion TV into the search bar. I've done over 100 interviews with some of the most interesting and charismatic individuals in all of Albion Online. So if you're interested in learning about the history or the politics of Albion, soundcloud.com/Albion TV is a great resource to do so. And I do suggest checking them out. Everybody has really enjoyed the interviews they've done with me. And a lot of them, even some of the older ones, are still quite relevant because of the history that it teaches you about the world of Albion.
Indeed. Alrighty, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So remember, stick around for the 5v5 Crystal League coverage and later tonight at 01 UTC, we'll be back for the final coverage of the NA invasion for today as well. So until then, have a glorious evening. Adios.